Connections to slavery. This is still about Wentworth Garden, where I went today. Although recognised as one of the UK's greatest 18th century landscape estates, the house and gardens Thomas Wentworth had built are closely tied to the transatlantic slave trade in 1713. He was instrumental in securing for Britain the lucrative monopoly to transport and sell enslaved people from African countries to the Spanish Empire. The design of this grand house and garden was in part a celebration of his pride in the achievement. Thomas also made direct profit from the trade, partly from shares he owned and partly through his marriage to Anne Johnson, whose family were deeply involved in the slave trade by building ships for the East India Company and working for the Royal African Company. The sundial. In 1711, Wentworth was appointed joint negotiator of the Treaty of Utrecht, which ended the long war of the Spanish Succession. As part of those negotiations, Britain gained the monopoly to supply enslaved people from African countries in the Spanish colonies in the Americas, known as the Asiento. Wentworth considered the treaty a crowning achievement in his diplomatic career and something to be proudly represented in his house and gardens. This included a sundial. Now, in the conservatory, and that is where on one of my shorts you'll see I was talking about the African American guy. There was a statue there in the conservatory and he had a sundial, and that's what it means. In the form of a kneeling African American man, a legacy of the enslavement of Africans and the objectification of black bodies in British and European art. Lady Mary Memorial, to the memory of Lady Mary, who is the year 1720 of she is introduced of the smallpox to England from Turkey. An example of the extremely early memorial dedication to a non-royal woman who probably added to an older monument by Thomas's son William. It's also known as the Sun Memorial, and that was on one of my walks today. It was a big, tall monument thing, and I said it was a sun memorial. So that was what that was. Lady Mary was a poet and letter writer, well known for her travels for Muslim women and their lives in the 18th century. Her life and work continues to fascinate, and she is seen by many today as a pro-feminist and historic LGBT figure. Tracking smallpox. After in seeing in inoculation against smallpox practiced in Constantinople. She made British medical history by helping to make it fashionable in British high society during the 1920s. William Wentworth and his 3 sisters were all treated to protect them from the terrible disease. It is not certain when the monument, which is a copy of an ancient that's in Rome, was first erected. It originally was a bronze disc on top, which was rumoured to be angled to reflect the sunlight across the Wentworth Woodhouse estate. Could this be another example of family rivalry on show? It has also been suggested that the name is also an ancient 18th century pun on sun and sun. Argyll column. In 1744, William Wentworth dedicated the grand column to his late father-in-law, the second Duke of Argyll. Shortly before his death, the Duke had been punished. Now, I think that was the column with I'm sure that I've got a picture of me sitting nearby some columns. I think that might be the what they was talking about. Now, I know this is a bit a long video, but please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed today. Thank you very much.